Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that honestly made me feel pretty uncomfortable, and it also made me think a lot. Recently, I saw a post on Threads that really surprised me. A woman who said she is originally from Iran but now living in Canada posted something suggesting that after dealing with Iran, Trump should also come and free Canada. When I read that, I was honestly shocked. And from the comments, it seemed like a lot of other Canadians felt uncomfortable too. Because talking about another country invading or freeing Canada, the country you live in is a very serious thing. War is not a joke. And it made me start thinking about a bigger question. What kind of immigrants do we want to be? And actually, this question is not only about Canada. It applies to almost every immigration country in the world, the US, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and many others. Millions of people move to new countries every year looking for a better life. So the question becomes universal. When we move to another country, what kind of immigrant do we choose to be? Canada is actually one of the most immigrant-friendly countries in the world. People come here for many reasons: better opportunities, safety, education, freedom, or a chance to start a new life. Many immigrants work very hard to build a future here. They open businesses, raise families, contribute to communities, and become part of society. That's something really beautiful about Canada. But this idea is also true in many other immigration countries. If you look at places like the US, Australia, or New Zealand, immigration has shaped those societies as well. Immigrants bring skills, culture, entrepreneurship, and diversity. They help build the economy and the community. At the same time, moving to another country is not just about what we receive. It's also about what we bring. Our attitude, our values, our respect for the country that welcomed us. The reason that post bothered me so much is not because someone has a political opinion. Everyone in Canada has the freedom to express opinions. That's part of democracy. But that is a big difference between criticizing policies and suggesting violence or war against the country you live in. Those are completely different things. Canada is not perfect. No country is perfect. And honestly, this is true everywhere. People in the US complain about politics. People in Australia debate government policies. People in Europe argue about immigration, economy, and social issues. Debate is normal in democratic societies, but wishing chaos, conflict, or invasion on the country that gave you a home, that feels very strange, even disturbing to me. As an immigrant myself, I see Canada in a very personal way. I was mistreated by the system in China, where I held 7 jobs at the same time before moving to Canada. I was treated as a tool or a machine rather than a human being. Coming here gave me something extremely valuable: a second chance in life, a chance to start over, a chance to build something new, a chance to create opportunities that might not have existed before. And because of that, I genuinely feel grateful. And I believe many immigrants in many countries feel the same way. Whether someone moved to Canada, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, or somewhere in Europe, a lot of people are simply looking for the same thing: stability, opportunity, freedom, a better future for the families. That doesn't mean we think these countries are perfect, but we do recognize the opportunities they offer. We can speak openly, we can start businesses, we can choose our careers, we can raise family in a safe environment. These things might feel normal if you grew up in these countries, but for many people around the world, these things are actually very rare. What I find especially confusing is when someone comes from a country that has experienced political instability or dictatorship, and then casually talks about bringing chaos to the country that welcomed them. Many immigrants leave their home countries precisely because they want stability and peace. For example, many Iranian immigrants left because they wanted more freedom. Many people from other countries left because they wanted safety, opportunity, and a stable future. They came to places like Canada, the US, Australia, or Europe to build peaceful lives, not to recreate the same chaos they were trying to escape. Peace is something people often truly appreciate after losing it. So this experience made me ask myself a simple question. What kind of immigrant do I want to be? Personally, I want to be the kind of immigrant who respects the country I live in, appreciates the opportunities I have been given, contributes to society when I can, and honestly, I think this applies everywhere. No matter which country we move to, Canada, the US, Australia, New Zealand, or anywhere else, the same principle applies. Immigration is not just about rights, it's about responsibility as well. That doesn't mean we can't criticize problems, but criticism should come from a place of wanting the country to improve, not from hostility or resentment. At the end of the day, immigration is a privilege. Countries like Canada opened their doors to many of us. And because of that, I think the least we can do is show respect, appreciation, and responsibility toward the country we now call home. And this conversation is not just about Canada. It's a question for immigrants everywhere. What does being an immigrant mean to you? And what kind of immigrant do you want to be? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.